Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the Woo Stew. In this video, I wanted to go ahead and share my top travel essentials that I bring with me whenever I travel with a carry-on. Since I've been traveling throughout the pandemic, I've pretty much gotten down a really good packing routine in terms of my essentials to keep me safe and sanitized on a plane, and I wanted to go ahead and share these with you. To give a really brief background about me, I started traveling when I studied abroad in Shanghai during my university years, and I've pretty much been on a travel high since then. One of my biggest passions, whether I'm on PTO or on holiday, is to travel, to see the world, to experience different cultures, and just to embrace the diversity that we have in this world. I used to be one of those travel noobs where I would check in a luggage. Granted, these were maybe my first couple of trips ever, and I just thought that it was okay to pack a bunch of outfits and that I needed to bring full-size toiletries, all that, but that very much quickly changed when I realized that it's just so much more convenient to pack light so that you don't have to be rushing through the airport with all of your things. Anyways, I think that these items will be super helpful because these things that I'm about to introduce, I've had them for maybe 3 to 4 years now. They've done me so well. They've never failed me. A lot of these things I think may seem basic, but I will explain why they are so useful. One of my biggest things when it comes to flight essentials is how it's gonna maximize my trip, because I usually book short trips that are pretty quick and I wanna get as much rest as I can on a flight, or if I'm on a red-eye flight so that I can land at my destination early in the morning. These are some of the things that will help me sleep, get enough rest, and that don't take up a lot of space. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my essentials. All right, so my first essential I think is pretty much a given, and if you don't have it already, sometimes the airline will give it to you when you're boarding the plane, but that would be disinfecting wipes. I've got these Clorox ones because it just has, it says it kills 99.9% of viruses and bacteria. So that makes me feel pretty safe. These are the ones that I use. I always bring this on the plane with me. As I sit down, I'll wipe down my seatbelt buckles, my tray table, my screens, because a lot of the times they do not clean it after a flight, and there's some nasty things that get on these wipes afterwards, so I'm very glad that I use these. The second essential that I have is something that I'm sure a lot of you guys have as well. Kind of goes hand in hand with the disinfecting wipes, but that would be hand sanitizer. Here, I bring this with me even when I'm not traveling, just on a day-to-day basis. I use this especially before I'm about to eat to just make sure that I'm able to clean my hands without rinsing. And this one specifically has a nice citrus lavender smell, so it does have that aromatherapy vibe to it that helps me, you know, relax, especially if you have some kind of anxiety on the plane, like sometimes I still do. This just kind of helps you get in the right mood. My third essential would be a pen. I think this is something that a lot of people forget, and because of my experience of forgetting this, this is something that I bring all the time with me now. This is really useful for filling out documents or visa or immigration papers whenever you're towards the end of a flight. I used to find myself not ever having a pen and having to borrow a pen from someone next to me or borrowing one from a flight attendant, and I just realized, just bring a pen. It's super slim, won't take up much space, and very, very useful. My fourth traveling essential is gonna be a passport holder. So I didn't used to bring a passport holder, but I've had this one for maybe 3 years now. And the reason why I really like passport holders is because it has these slots here where you can put in, you know, your global entry pass, some papers. Now you would need your vaccination card a lot of the times, and it's just all in one place. And before I started using this, I was just holding my passport and I would be kind of inserting the papers inside my passport, and it can fall out easily whenever you're running through the airport, so a passport holder has been a lifesaver for me. Moving on to another essential, this is probably one of my favorites, and that would be an inflatable neck pillow. I used to have one of those non-inflatable ones, the one that just fit over your neck, but I lost it in London because I would clip it onto my duffel bag, and as I was running through the airport, I just realized that I lost it. And ever since then, I've been carrying around an inflatable one. This one is super cool because it is super compact. You can even fit it sometimes in the water bottle holder of your carry-on or backpack. And you just basically click on the pump it a few times, and it'll inflate, and you can use it just like a regular neck pillow. It is really, really comfortable. And I got mine on Amazon, and it's just lasted me ever since. So I think that it is a great way to also get some rest on the plane, especially if you're on red-eye flights like I typically am. It'll make sure that you're pretty much ready to go whenever you wake up and you get to your destination. Another one of my essentials would be socks, or more specifically, I've got these compression socks here. These are by Comrade, and these are actually gifted to me by one of my friends. So I don't know about you guys, but because of the elevation on a plane, I often land at my destination with really swollen and red ankles and feet. And it looks so funny, but it's very natural. And something that does help is having compression socks. I find that they help the swelling a little bit because they do improve circulation while you're on the plane. And another added bonus is that it keeps my legs and my feet warm, because I have cold feet really often on a plane, and I can't sleep when I have cold feet. So these really help. Moving on to another one of my favorite essentials. This is also an inflatable item like earlier's pillow, and it would be this, it's not an inflatable item, sorry. It's more like a packable jacket, and it fits in this little pouch. It opens up to a black down jacket that I wear when I'm on the plane because I get very cold. And again, because I'm typically on red-eye flights, I like to get a good night's sleep on the plane so that I'm ready to go at my destination. This is particularly useful for when the destination that I'm going to is going to be really warm, such as the Caribbean where it's tropical, or somewhere where it's really hot because it's more inland and I know I won't need a jacket when I'm there. A lot of times I don't want to pack a jacket because it takes up space. So I will bring this down jacket instead. And again, this could also fit in the water bottle compartment of your carry-on so that it doesn't take up any actual room in the internal compartments. So I think this is great because it's small, you'll be able to stay warm on the plane, and you won't need to mess with it or remember to pack it when you're at your warm destination. Moving on to another packable item. I promise this is the last one, but this is also one of my favorites, and I know I've said favorites so many times, but I promise you these are all tried and true if you're a light packer and if you're an efficient packer like me. This is a foldable water bottle. It is so cool. Look at how small it is. And again, the reason why I like this because it fits really well in my carry-on. You don't have to bring a reusable water bottle. You can actually use that compartment of your backpack to fit something else, like I mentioned, like my pillow or my jacket. And this could just fit in a little zipper compartment in your backpack. It folds like this. It's kind of like a sack, or like a pouch, I mean, and you can refill it whenever you're at the airport so that you don't have to buy single-use water bottles, or whenever you're traveling at your destination, you can use this. It has a really useful hook here that you can hook onto your backpack as well. And this one I got on Amazon for less than $10. I've had it for years. It doesn't smell, it doesn't really get dirty. I always wash it whenever I get back home from a trip, and it has lasted me this long, and I will continue to use it. So this is definitely one of my favorite essentials. So on a plane, I'm usually doing three things. I'm usually either sleeping, which is the most common activity, or I'm deleting pictures off my phone, or I'm reading. So that leads me to one of my other essentials, which is my Kindle. This Kindle, again, I like it because it's super slim. I use this for when I'm reading on the plane, just catching up on, you know, some books, and I really like it. I've been using this for a while. This was a gift to myself maybe like 4 years ago, and I just love how slim it is. If you're going to a destination where you're really just there to relax as well, this is a great thing to bring. And yeah, and I like this. I got this case from Etsy long time ago. So the Kindle is definitely one of my essentials. All right, getting to a few of my last essentials here. I have some headphones. I put them in this pouch here. These are some earbuds actually. Good old Skull Candy, a very nostalgic brand. I used to use this when I was in high school. So these are for the plane, for whenever you're on those international flights where you have to plug in those headphones. I usually bring my own so that I don't have to buy the ones that they sell on the flight. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't use these very often, but because it's really small, I do keep them always in my carry-on so that it's ready to go whenever I need it. But yes, I do suggest you getting one of these because there has been situations where I only have my AirPods and there's in-flight entertainment and I'm not able to fully enjoy it. So these are super helpful. My second to last essential is gonna be a snack bar. These are my favorites. These are the Go Macro bars. This is vegan, it's nut-free, high in protein, and organic. And these are really good to bring on the plane. Sometimes you don't really have time to pack a pre-flight snack, so I always keep this in my carry-on. I keep it in there even when I'm unpacking for trips, but I always have something like this that's non-perishable and ready to go. Sometimes I have sensitivity to airplane food. Sometimes it can make me really bloated because it's full of sodium and stuff like that, fillers. So whenever you want a healthy snack, this is the thing to bring. My last essentials are going to be hand cream, and lip balm. These are things that I already bring with me even on an everyday basis. Lip balm because my lips get really chapped on the plane, and then a hand cream because nowadays I'm constantly washing my hands, I'm constantly using hand sanitizer, and these just help nourish my hands. I used to bring a small tub of face moisturizer on the plane as well, just to moisturize my skin because the air on the plane is super dry. So I just want to make sure that I'm hydrated. But ever since COVID, I've tried to lessen the amount of times that I touch my face, and that's just not really hygienic for me anymore. So I do stick with these two to make sure that at least other parts of my face are moisturized. And that is it for my super useful and practical travel essentials for the light packer. Hope that these were really helpful. And for those that have subscribed to me and watched all of my travel vlogs and New York City weekend vlogs, thank you so much for your support. I hope that you guys enjoy them. It can be really easy, especially if you're working a 9 to 5, Monday through Friday job, to overlook traveling the world, but I promise you there are hacks and tips and really good flight deals out there to help you achieve your dream of traveling, even if you work a full-time job just like me. I love to offer those tips and tricks and how I'm able to afford traveling so much while working. If you're someone that likes to watch travel content, travel vlogs, guides, and a lot of other food-related vlogs, please feel free to subscribe, give this video a like, and let me know what you enjoy the most about traveling. Thanks again for watching. See you on my next video. Bye.